I got gas. I tried to fart at the camera. Anyway. So what this bike needs to ride safely is the brake light's wired. That includes the front and the rear. It needs the gauges wired in. That's all these little dingles. But what it needs to ride right now is the tank drop back on. So actually these two little fellows from the aftermarket brake switch seem like they'll just plug right in there, so I'm gonna do that. Now there's a brake light. I can make the brake light turn on. Just always use the rear. For the front, because I'm using this Brembo master cylinder, I got bullet connectors and then like a double spade. So I can either hack the factory harness and put a couple of bullets there, or I can cut this off and put spades, but I don't have spades. Also, if I want to stave off hyperflash, I gotta put one of these little dangles in. This is a digital flasher, and it's adjustable. These are cool, and they're really, really, really cheap. I have no idea where the turn signal flasher is in this thing, though. Getting ahead of myself. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. It's been a long time since I've had a NOS, and I'm already feeling powerful. Okay, we're not going to talk about what I did there, but the lights probably work, front and rear. Come here, Chrome Pro. It's time. I mean, not quite time. I still have to put the tank on, put gas in it, and hope it doesn't leak. And if it leaks, I'm still going to ride it, but... Okay. Battery in. Those work. Left. Right. Brake. Front brake works. Rear brake works. I don't even know what it looks like from back here. Yep, sure enough. Okay, tank's on, just gotta put gas in it. And I am not gonna clean it up. I'm gonna ride it just like this because this is, until proven otherwise, a garbage motorcycle. I do really like it though. I'm maybe gonna leave the flame retardant on it from the time that I caught it on fire. In the event that it catches fire again, this part up here won't burn. As many times as I've taken this apart and put it back together, mostly just putting it together, I don't think I've ever screwed the tank down. Because I've never ridden it. I'm a little disappointed I broke my brand new fuel cap when I was rolling it around the other day. I hate these fuel cans so much. I'm not going to try to film putting gas in it. You know what putting gas in a motorcycle looks like. There is an amount of gasoline in there. You can kind of see it. It took weeks to leak appreciably before. That is not gas. That's completely unrelated. That's water. That's been there the whole video. I think we're okay. Even if not, I'm going to ride it. I'll be damned. Hey, it's the side opposite of the exhaust. That little leak can't hurt me. There's enough gas in there to go a mile or two, right? So actually that Permatex stuff says that you can put it on fuel wet surfaces. So I'm going to try that right now. Yeah, I did. No, I didn't film it. The forbidden cowtail is very, very, very hard to work when it's cold. It's 31 degrees right now, and it's solid. If this works to seal an active leak, I will get a Permatex tattoo. I mean, framing is tough, but here we go. I'm gonna do what I can. It's exactly what it looks like. I worked it for a little bit. It takes, I think, 5 minutes to set, I think. There's enough gas in here to run it. It's not dripping anymore. That's wild. It was wet with gasoline. It was spraying out. This stuff's great. Okay, it may have some trouble starting because of all those weird fuels I had in it. I'm gonna cycle the pump a couple times because the rail's probably dry. It's very cold. I've been charging the battery for like days. Yeah, the Jumpy Boy says 12.5 volts. This battery's not that old. I don't know. Oh yeah, just like I remember. It's clearing up though. Whoops. It's got clean fuel in it now, so it'll run. Jump starter, check. Bungee cords, double check. Thick gloves, check. Below freezing outside, check. Cool ass visor, check. Update, I broke it. The clutch quit working immediately. I'm like 2 or 3 miles from home, and I'm about to kill the battery. He's dead, Jim. Sounded real cool when it was running though. It made great torque, and it was fun, and then it wasn't fun. Okay, here's the plan. I'm walking up the hill to the shop. I have left the bike behind, keys and all. If somebody gets it to run, they can have it. I'm gonna head back with some ether and fog the bejesus out of it. And if it runs, I'll ride it up the hill, leave the car there, and walk back down to the car. Children, when you're testing your project bikes, have a friend around. Oh, this sucks. I'm approximating. I think I pushed the bike about 3/4 of a mile and walked another 1.5 miles. This is not the thing to be drinking. It's now 5 a.m. I got out here at 2. Coffee. Oh, it's nasty. Don't buy this. The caramel latte from Quick Trip sucks. I'm gonna take the car and some ether down and try and get the bike to start. And if the bike starts, I'll have to leave the car there and ride the bike back. And then walk down again. But at least it's downhill. I have the required fluids. And if you look to your right, you'll see a pitiful piece of garbage. Update. I got it to run. I cranked it forever and was just flogging the bejesus out of it with ether. And it ran. And it took, God, I don't know how many attempts, just slamming the shifter down. The clutch died, so I'd have to rev it up and just chunk it down into first, and it'd spin the rear tire, because of course it did. I knocked the nozzle off my ether. That sucks. Eventually I made it. This thing is tons of fun. It's going to be a really, really fun bike when it's reliable. And that box has fat cams in it, and it doesn't need them. It has a good torque profile the way that it is. Yes, I pulled it to red line after it pissed me off. Yeah. I'm done with this thing for now. I'm at peace with it being December. Bye.